Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome to the first video of Thursday. Now, hopefully by the end of today, I should have put out an Act 7.4.1 100% guide. All paths, all bosses, and all that stuff. You're probably asking yourself, Rich, why are you approaching it like this, 7.4.1? And it is really just down to like the offer. I do like the unit deal at the end of it. So if you do, as soon as you do the completion, bundle 1 looks really darn nice for me. But as you can see on screen right now, I have 5,466 units at the point of recording this video. So my approach to this is going to be very different. Instead of like doing, okay, we'll just rush to complete it, which I can't do. I'm non-spending at the moment, been non-spending since the end of December. I do want to get the deal, but it will mean I do need to grind arena. So I'm kind of treating this more as a, okay, one day, 100% or within, I don't know, when I started this off was like, what? I think it's like 14 hours, 100%ed Manifest Destiny 7.4.1. I obviously sleep because it came in at a dodgy time for me, but I'm kind of doing 1 day on, 2 days off arena grind, 1 day on, 2 days off, and kind of repeat that kind of element, especially to grab units. And that's the main thing. I'm going to be doing a video about how to grab units and high volume in a short space of time, especially because these deals, if you want them, there is the problem that within the first month they're gonna be they're gonna be 10,000 units, and in month 2 it's gonna be 12,000 units. So I got to very much kind of play carefully of like how I'm doing that grind, and I kind of feel it's more advantageous for the channel. It's kind of like, okay, well I'll give it a shot. Like I've done this before, where I've done like content about the recent Act stuff and story mode stuff, and people haven't been too interested in it, so I'm not quite sure about this stuff. But later on I've got the 7.4.1 guide, all paths. You know, I'm working on the spreadsheet right now. It's coming together, got to make a few changes, like here, like it's all coming together, just writing it together, putting other kind of like counters, options, and taking into consideration what other players are kind of like doing and suggesting as well. So we get a nice community made spreadsheet, which will be on that video later on. But I digress. This video is not about that, but I feel a lot of the time I have to overly explain myself because people go blah 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 blah. So yeah, look, I'm in a good mood. I'm having a good day because I've 100%ed this, but I wanted to do a little video on the fun that I've had taking down the Guillotine 2099 boss. This boss is incredibly fun, as the node suggests right here with shock vulnerability. Shock champions are going to be great. Also, tech champions that are able to power drain, burn, or lock can be massively decent for this, because then you're able to get via Thunderstruck, shock debuffs and passive deal 25% more damage to the defender. They take 90% damage. So the emphasis is do shock debuffs. That's important. Tech champions get to power control, get that shock passive, get to do damage. Essentially, that's the that's how it works. But yeah, like this is like cool. I'm not using obviously Magneto against this because it's so fun. I'm going to showcase some footage right now of some absolute cheese fests utilizing Hulkbuster with a heavy attack SP2 rotation narrative, because you power control with Hulkbuster. Black Widow Deadly Origin, because she absolutely slays. You go Slay Queen. And Peni Parker, but it doesn't take away from the fact that yes, Nebula with Proxima Midnight is going to be the best cheesy option. Of course it is, but I'm done with the quest now, and I'm not allowed to use it. I'm not allowed to go into 7.4 on the content curator beta, so kind of problem creating this video. Also Warlock. But in any case, let's roll some footage, shall we? And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, let the good times roll. So first of all, got a little bit of footage of Black Widow Deadly Origin. Also, FYI, in doing this, I was using the opt-in beta feature of the new input refractor, which is causing some issues for me. I'm not gonna lie, it is annoying at times, and you know, some inputs not working. That's still working. I mean, that was an input, so like my blog just got randomly released. Like I didn't release my blog. Like my thumb is literally down on my iPad, and it's just not released. So that's something that, you know, Kabam are still working on, and you're not affected by that. I am personally, because of it. So it's kind of annoying to kind of like do this, and it's annoying it's on the live server, because it does cost me. If I didn't like one-shot this, which I did, I would be a little bit pissed about that particular thing. But you can just see the element of shock damage. Black Widow Deadly Origin with damage ramp up. As soon as you get that SP2 locked off and done, It's pretty nice. It's just a case for me of rotating around doing heavy attacks, just to kind of make sure I don't put Guillotine 2099 in that particular area. I'm being very cautious about this because of the slip up a moment ago and that loss of input. Just kind of like makes me incredibly cautious. But the rotations, the shock damage you can do, you can see there, boom and done. Very nice. Peni Parker, oh man, this was fun. As soon as you build up to like SP2 and as soon as you've got those spider senses on, it's like, damn man, damn. I did at times kind of think to myself, like, how am I going to play this fight? And it's just at SP2. Like, yes, that's a bit of a mistake right there. That's on me. But the fact is, just like, just well-timed blocks is power controlling. And that's great because you get those passive shocks just right off the bat very nicely. And it's definitely, as I said, like, Proxima and Nebula, like, or Nebula on her own, just great for this content. This is just like, and Proxima just for the purpose of the synergy, that is. But I like to build up like Guillotine 2099 to SP2. I then like to kind of go like, okay, well, let's just kind of be safe here, and just do a heavy attack. Get that kind of like, I think it's Digiclock or whatever it is. Oh my god, look at that damage, man. And then look at Incinerate. I actually hang back yet, and I shouldn't have done. Mainly because I'm like looking at the damage ticks, and I want to kind of just see how much it does. But it's like, I should have been a bit more aggressive there. You know when you see some good damage and you're like, damn, that do be some good damage, and I'll just hang back and just watch that kind of like just fly off. It was great to see. I kind of like fluff up a little bit with that process, but doesn't matter. It's kind of like it's like this is just hang back and just chill, just kind of like think about what you're doing, kind of watch, just reset, do heavy attacks. Except for there, like I'm just kind of going like, oh, I'll just finish off this fight. Very scrappy towards the end. Not proud of myself for that, but hey, as I always say, if it's stupid and it works, and even if you play badly in one particular thing but still doesn't cost you a revive, it's not stupid. It's fine. It's cool. You're all done. Beautiful. Smash into C. Hulkbuster next. Okay, so this fight here, very, very interesting. I wanted to try Hulkbuster because he's a tech champion, does a shock debuff, and as well, if there's a lot of chip damage or damage through the block, sorry. So that's one big problem. Like you can probably see like top left hand 47 down to like 45 through the block. It's not nice on a well-timed block and a parry. That's pretty nasty. As yeah, I just don't like that. But it doesn't matter if you've got an awakened Hulkbuster, got him highly awakened up, you'll be able to gain back some regeneration quite nicely, quite easily, and quite fun at the same time. With the champion though, go with the SP, just do like heavy attacks until you kind of reach the SP2. Fire off the SP2. It's a power lock. That means you get that lovely passive shock as a result. And it's like, it's not really the kind of like rate of rotation that I would kind of like, but I'm just kind of playing this very cautiously just to be a bit safer. Could I play this better? Of course I could have done. But again, as I said, like, you know, I'm going to get the W. It's not going to cost me any kind of revive. Look at all my regen. Now I'm back up. I'm topped up. I'm ready to kind of like continue this fight. Love the rotation. Just doing it quite casually, quite nicely. It's good as well to test out the input refractor that we've currently got on. Build the enemy champion up to an SP2. Swipe back away from that right there. And then come back in again. It's important for me to check out like the input refractor. And check out the input. See if they're working well. And just be really kind of like cautious and careful right here. And there we go, another kind of like passive shock. A lot more rotations. We're going to do this very nicely. Any second now we'll get that SP2. But yeah, it's just a case of like, just for me, it's just sit back, relax, and just feel your swipes. Do your dexes, and just wait for, well, the story of like, I'd say Act 7 content is enemy champions not throwing special attacks. This is like a problem. I really think that Kabam should spend a bit of time to look over enemy AI, just on its like movements, because a lot of the time, I understand it's got to like act intelligently enough for stuff, but sometimes it's just, well, a bit ass really. There's a problem, a bit of an input issue, but get the W, hurrah! Lots of fun. I absolutely love this particular Guillotine fight, and yeah, it's just like great shock champion options. Just showing some fun, cheesy little things that are just kind of like sit back and relax. You know, don't have to do a thing. And that's the video there. Just wanted to share a few kind of like champions used against this. And I'll be doing lots of content like this. And I'll be doing Act 7.4.100%. All paths all boss counters guide later on today. That's just the video. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure as well to check out some other content located, boom, on screen right now. If you have any other suggestions of champions that you used against this fight, then, I don't know, put them in the comment section down below. Appreciate you so much, and I will see you later on for that video, and as well, much more content on the channel. Bye-bye!